Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Today seems to be a pretty good day so far. Sorry about after I made the last video, I said that I was going to make another video the following day, but I ended up getting really sick. I've been sick for the last couple days. It's not really being sick from the flu or anything. I have acid reflux, and it gets really bad, and I ended up missing like 2 or 3 doses of my prescription medicine for the acid reflux, and oh my god, did I pay for it. I was down for 2 days straight, not being able to eat anything. Tried to eat chicken noodle soup, and that wasn't going down very good. It hurts so bad in the middle of your chest, you feel like you're having a damn heart attack. But I'm all good now. Everything's good. So anyways, I was watching a few streams today, and I was watching Need Input, and he had a thing on there about Criminal Minds, where they're talking about the Mandela effect. And boy, this road is just really bad. So they're talking about the Mandela effect, and this guy that they're going after, they wanted to arrest him because he's killing fathers. I didn't see the episode, just seen the clips that Need Input put up, and the guy's killing fathers by chopping their heads off. And supposedly this guy's got the Mandela effect, and his son died in a car accident 7 years prior. So he seems to think that if he gets 7 heads to take to this cave, where he meets up with this Donnie Darko rabbit, evil looking type thing, looks like a rabbit, and he's supposed to give the 7 heads to this evil rabbit. So anyways, he was Mandela affected, and the clips show the CIA agents and stuff talking about the Mandela effect, and how basically people who are affected with the Mandela effect are some kind of psychotic, something wrong psychotically in their brain. So basically they're basically making us look nuts. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how else to take it. It's kind of along the same lines as the Mandela Effect movie. The guy lost his son, and now he was trying to figure a way to get his son, which means that he ended up killing that guy that was in the movie, in the Mandela Effect movie. So I always said, even after the movie, everybody was praising this movie, and I thought to myself, I did say it to a few people on Digital's channel. I said I didn't think it was out to make us look good. I don't even think it explained it all real well either, because it had too much of one theory in it. So I don't know. I can only give you what my take is on it, and some people may like what I say, some people ain't gonna like what I say. And then I go and I watch a couple of these big channels, and they're talking about the Criminal Minds episode 2, or episode also, not episode 2. I think it was episode 7. I'm not quite sure the season. but I think it's like the 12th season, episode 7. Don't quote me on that though, guys. So anyways, I'm watching these other shows. They're talking the same way pretty much, but I understand them talking about that, because it's new. You're gonna get it out of your system and talk about it, but then yeah, I'm not even gonna say anything, because it is what it is. What other I honestly, okay, you guys know my story. I believe I've died, and somebody out there seems to think, says, we didn't die, da 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 da, when the guy used to think, that's the way his thinking was for the last 3 years, and now all of a sudden he just changes it. Yeah, I love how a lot of people just change their thinking just because of a certain channel. They go along the lines of that channel. Me, I'm so sorry. I've always done this. I've always spoken up when I feel like it needs to be spoken up, and I'll never back down to anybody. I don't give a shit. I'm just a guy with a camera, little old Patrick Roberts that's affected with the Mandela effect, and I don't like what's going on. I see what's going on. I don't like it. I'm not gonna start drama or anything with anybody. Try to get along with everybody. I'm not. I just see some people out there that are trying to start drama, and I personally am not going to fall into it, which some people may say I'm falling into it by making this video. I'm not. I just speak up. I speak my mind. I've always spoke my mind, and that's it. So, I'm sorry, got off on a little rant again. I had to get the little rant out there, even though, you guys know who you are, and I'm sure you listen to my channel, because I know you're trying to rev me up. But hey, this is all, this is everybody is, just like Moneybags will say, like the old saying goes, I guess, you create your own reality. You really do. You really, really, really do. Everything is created by you. You're going to see the Mandela effects when you're ready to see them. You're going to see certain Mandela effects when you're ready to see them. I could tell, you could be Mandela affected, and I could tell you about something, and you may not see it yet, but eventually you may see it down the road. It's basically how you're, I don't know, there's something else controlling when you see it. How does it know when you're not ready to see a certain Mandela effect? It's like you could see that Jiffy went to Jif. We seen that 3 years ago. And now some people just last week are seeing that it just went to Jiffy. So that's what I'm saying, is everybody sees the Mandela effect at their own pace in their own time. Everybody is affected, but not everybody is awake. So when you say everybody is affected, Patrick, I just said that, I don't mean that everybody is awake. So I consider them not affected until they wake up. But they are affected. Everybody's got the Mandela effect, but they're just, and some of them may not ever wake up to the Mandela effect. It depends on where they're at in their evolution, or in their own reality. Basically, they are building, everybody's building your own reality. So I think why we've been able to see it already is because 99% of us have gone through conspiracy theories, in and out of conspiracy theories. We've looked at them. We know what the government is doing when they do their false flags. We know right away. We can tell a fake, a false flag when it happens, like the Boston bombing. I knew right away that was bullshit. Sandy Hook, I knew that one was bullshit right away. It took me a little bit longer for the Sandy Hook, but I did get it right pretty much right away. 9/11, I didn't wake up to that until I knew something was wrong, but I didn't know what, and I didn't wake up until around 2005, 2006 to the 9/11. But to get back to, we have dug into conspiracies. Not only that, 99% of us have been through a hard childhood, a rough childhood, or something has happened to us in our lives. And then also, a lot of us, I'm not sure quite yet until I really, there's new people coming in now, and I don't know how they got here, whether they got here through a tragedy or they just woke up to it. I know some people, the Bible changes woke them up, and that's another thing. Everybody's got their own niche in what they see in the Mandela effect. Like, I'm a history buff. I've always been a history buff. I'm a sports buff too, but there's not too many. Of course, I haven't really done a whole lot of digging in the Mandela effects for sports, but I'm a history buff, and I see all the history changing. And there's people that are continent, who can see the continent. I see some of the continent, but I can't be for sure on all the continent changes. And some people are they spell good, so they can see the Mandela effects in the spelling of certain words. I'm not a very good speller, so I don't catch them right away unless it's a real easy one. Everybody's different, and not everybody's going to see all the Mandela effects. You have to be patient with people who are Mandela affected, because you may see some of them that they don't, and they'll see some that you don't. Not everybody's going to be 100% accurate with, so I always thought, okay, so I died, when I wake up on another timeline. That could be what's happening, or it could be, just as we just build our own reality, and we choose when we're ready to go to move on, then we just kind of give up. I see people who are older, the fighters seem to live longer. The ones who don't really give a shit one way or another, whether they die or whatever, they hang on as long as possible, and then they go. And some just go because they don't, there's accidents and stuff. I'm not, don't take it the wrong way and say I'm saying that's what's actually happening, is that people are choosing when to die. I'm just saying that I think that has a little part in it, because you pretty much know when you're done fighting. I know if I've had enough, and when I get in my older age, if I got so much pain, which I am riddled with pain now, it just depends. And if you're in a lot of pain, and say all your family and friends are passed away, and you're like in your 90s or whatever, then you start thinking, maybe it's my time to move on, and you get your mindset ready for that, and then you move on to the next realm or whatever. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just thinking. These are my thoughts. So they're just thoughts I'm having and I'm talking about. So please, nobody jump all over my ass saying that I'm saying this, I'm saying that. I'm just thinking. It's just thoughts. My mind is constantly rambling on what I'm always constantly asking myself, because I don't want to go through this again. I don't want to be reborn and start all over again. I refuse. I do not consent to being reborn again, and I don't want to go through this again. If you let me keep my memory and where I've gotten to this far, then yeah, I'll be reborn. I'll do it again. But I want my memory. I want to keep my memory. I want to keep how far I've gotten. I don't want to start all over again as a baby and go through all the bullshit and maybe never get back to where I am now. I know I'm somewhere with you guys. We are somewhere special. I think this is special to have. I wouldn't, although sometimes I look at it like it's not. Sometimes I'm not happy with it, but a lot of the times I am, because I get to see these things and that nobody is people have not ever witnessed this in the entire creation. We have not heard of this, and now it's really ramping up. I mean, you can see it now. It's coming out in TV shows. I'm sure we're going to start seeing a lot more of it. And whether they're painting us in a evil, which, it does look like they're painting us as crazies. I mean, they're not putting us out there on a TV show saying we're special, that we can see things, and how it's, asking, like, you could sit there and put us up on a TV show format and ask us, oh, what do you see today? And put your two, the thoughts of what we have together and all come together and look at this, like Rippin' the Rabbit radio show. I mean, he's never heard of this, and Moneybags is on there teaching him what this is all about, and he's got an open mind. He's got an open mind. He's not painting us as crazies or anything like that. And this is a good big TV show or radio show, and I congratulate Moneybags on it, because it's awesome that he's able to get. I'm not sure if the radio show is syndicated. I think it is, because it's a Art Bell. They listen to Art Bell's old shows and stuff, so I think it's syndicated. So you got Moneybags on there once a month or so talking about the Mandela effect. He's getting it out there in a positive way. And I think that's really awesome. I think that's really awesome for this guy to open up his radio show and listen to what Moneybags and everybody, Dark Wolf is on there. There's a lot of Mandela affected people that go into the chat on the chat. And so anyways, if anybody wants to know anything further on that, I will get his link and I'll put it in here at some point. But if I don't get it in there, remind me about putting his link in there, and I'll put his link to the radio show in there. So yeah, it's an awesome show. I was gonna do a interview Rationally earlier when we were driving to go get something to eat, and I wanted to do a short interview with her, and she chickened out. She was a little. I caught her at a little shy point, so she'll be. Yeah, it was funny. I was trying to talk her into doing it. She just wasn't in. It was funny. But she will do an interview with me soon. So, yeah. So, it's a nice little cruise that we're taking here. I noticed I've got a lot of comments about how you guys like when I drive and talk. So, that's what I'm doing, is I'm driving and I'm talking. I love driving. And I can talk up a storm if, I got a lot to say, but sometimes I gotta shut my own mouth about some things. And, you guys know how I am, and I apologize that if I'm too forward. I love everybody, and what kind of, we're all in the same boat together, even though we don't agree, and some of us make comments to try to egg on other people in the Mandela Effect community, but we are all family and we fight like family, so that's about the way it goes. But we may do some fighting on the inside, arguments or whatever, but I'll tell you what, if anybody from the outside steps in against one of my brothers and sisters, I'm gonna for sure stand up. I am gonna fucking for sure stand up. That's just another line you do not cross. Is saying anything mean or sass or anything about any of our Mandela affected community family. That's a line you do not cross. So, let's see, what else do I want to talk about? There's, I'm going to do a little bit of I want to listen to, I'm trying to think of his name. He was with Cynthia Sue Larson and Dark Wolf, when they did the last, thing where they had all the people, all the Mandela affected. God, what is his name? Businessman, quantum conscious businessman. I think something like that. But this guy is smart as hell. I like a lot of his theories. I'll put his name. I'm gonna put a link to him too. I think it's quantum conscious businessman. I think that's it, or quantum, something like that. But he was with Dark Wolf and them guys when they did the last meetup. So, anyways, I was listening to him, and he gets into some good stuff, good theories and stuff, and Prelim had some good stuff. And Chick also had some very good stuff. I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna write out a few things from Chick. I'm gonna write out a few things from Prelim and a few things from Quantum Businessman, and I'm gonna listen to them again, or read it and their comments and listen to them again, because they've all had some very good points, and some other ones too. So I want to go over that, and I'm going to make a video about talking about their points. And at some point when I figure it out, I want to interview. I haven't asked them yet, but I want to interview Chick, and I want to interview Prelim for sure. And if anybody else wouldn't mind being interviewed over the phone, I'll have to do it over the phone or something like that, because I'm not sure how to bring somebody in on a chat. I have to figure that out. But yeah, so I guess this is my way of asking Chick if you're listening, or Prelim if you're listening, or anybody who would like to do an interview. I will be getting set up to do that stuff really soon. But my interviews, I want to just pretty much stay on point with what you think happened to you, where you think we're going, what do you think the way out is, just, questions kind of like that. So yeah, I'm pretty much I can't really think of anything else to say at this point. So it's been a nice little cruise, huh, guys? I hope I actually almost forgot. If you guys didn't see, I will be doing a live tonight. I'm going to be going live at 11 o'clock Central Time. So I'm not sure what time that is everywhere else. So yeah, if you guys are still up and at 'em at 11 o'clock tonight, my live will be starting tonight. So with that, I guess I'm gonna get going.